Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, I want to talk about some very big milestone that I have made on my account, and I want to share some of this with you guys. And that is, I have finally cleared Fire Knight hard mode, and I actually, to some extent, am able to auto it as well. I finally bit the bullet, I guess you could say, and built up some freeze champions to be able to do this. Now, I know that some people in the early stages of Fire Knight can just like brute force their way through the hard mode. The differences, I guess, the fact that his mechanics are slightly different. But in this video, I want to talk about the characters that I built that I feel that, are honestly fairly free to play friendly. And so I want to go over how I have done this. But before we get started with today's video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen or in the link in the description down below to get yourself Karato Fox Hunter for free. Also, 3 amazing epics: Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Thane at account level 10, 20, and 30. And you can also use this promo code Demon Slayer to get yourself Tholen Falbeard of the Dwarf faction absolutely free. So that's 2 legendaries and 3 epic champions. So let's get started with the video. So Fire Knight hard. This was the last. I also hate Ice Golem, but this was the last hard mode dungeon that I was able to clear, or this was the last one, and I was able to finally, eventually break in and do some more Marius missions because I needed to do this in order to get through. Now, I have been able to clear all the way up to hard mode 5. Hard mode 6 is a bit tough because the shield counter jumps to 18, I think, and that was a little bit hard with the characters that I decided to use. And just for sake of this is my stage, well, this is my hard mode team. Now, you can obviously see the weak link here is going to be Tholen Falbeard, which is, funny because I just mentioned him as the free promo code. He's a really amazing character, but he is not attuned well to Fire Knight. The reason why I am using him here is because he's helping me improve my clear time on my waves. And I think, honestly, that's where the bulk of the time is on this dungeon, is just the waves. The first 2 waves take a lot of time. But I want to, stress how amazing these champions are for freeze. Namely, Neldor Rhineblade, Yakarl the Scourge, and Cryodan of the Blue. So 2 of these being an epic. And Yakarl the Scourge is also going to be in the clan shop. So that is available free to play. It does, in some cases, take, I think it's 20 weeks, I think it is, getting 5 shards a week in your clan shop. But this is something, so I got lucky, and I'm still buying Yakarl out of the clan shop, but I did actually pull him, so I will get a second one soon. And also Farrakhan the Fat, because he is an amazing character that has ally assist for all. Actually, you might have seen that I did a video recently on Farrakhan the Fat, because I think he's one of the best clan boss heroes, but he's also really good in Fire Knight. So I want to break down the characters before we go into the actual battle, the ones that I am using for freeze. Now, I do think that these are some of the best freeze champions that you can use for Fire Knight hard. It's by no means exhaustive. There are other characters, but I wanted to show some of the epic champions that are available for this. So as far as debuffs go, you can kind of find this in your in your roster, right? If you don't know who actually does this, you can go to debuffs and you click on, where's the freeze button here, right? So you can see and arrange all of your characters that can do freeze. Now, Neldor is one of the best because a lot of these have them on their basic A1 and have a wide range of different buffs and debuffs, which is why I think these are the best. Some of these other ones do them, like Luthia, I forget now. It's like it's on only on the A2. I think that's why I don't really like it as much, because unless you book her out hard, it's not a really high percentage chance either of placing the freeze debuff. There's characters like Jingle Hunter, but you have to kill somebody to, if this attack kills an enemy, then he applies freeze. These are some of the best characters that you can use. Neldor, Cryodan, and Yakarl, if you have these, you're set. And the reason why I like using 3 freeze champions is that's because they constantly knock back the enemy's turn meter, and we're going to see that. Now, Neldor has this on his basic, where he attacks 3 times at random. Each hit is a 30% chance of applying freeze. So this goes up to 40% with the books, which is also kind of important. So this is a good chance that he's landing freeze. And every time you land a freeze debuff, you're knocking back his turn bar by, I believe, 15%. So this adds up. Also, his passive, whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, this champion has a 30% chance to attack with the A1. adding more freeze and more turn bar rewind. He's got some really good debuffs, a decreased attack and accuracy, and some speed down as well if you need it. Cryodan of the blue, he's one of the best support champions that you could use for Fire Knight hard mode because he's got increased speed buff and turn meter, which is really going to help on Fire Knight to get yourself around more frequently. He's also got AoE freeze, which is really good on the waves as well, keeping them controlled. So this is AoE attack 2 times. Each hit has a 45% chance to place freeze, or 65% per hit when booked out. And also his basic hits 3 times, which again, very good for Fire Knight. And then each hit has a 25% chance of applying freeze debuff, 35% with the books. And then finally, we have Yakarl the Scourge, where he does, oh, actually, I wanted to, the passive, right? So anytime a freeze debuff on Cryodan, he gets 5% turn bar. Yakarl the Scourge, though, he has freeze on every single move. AoE freeze, he's got single target freeze with a decreased speed debuff, and it also increases speed on himself. Really nice here, and a 2-time A1 attack that also has a 50% chance to apply freeze with the books, which I don't have finished up for Yakarl. So I do have the epic books on Neldor and Cryodan. I do not have the books on Yakarl. This maybe has something to do with why I couldn't push up beyond level 6 of the hard mode, but I think it's mostly to do with Tholen, that I just need a better character in there to kind of replace that. I just don't. I'm doing it for the wave clearing. And so we're going to go into battle. I want to talk about this more generally. So we're going to go into fire mode, hard mode 2, just for sake of argument. We're going to do this. This is my team that I can auto with. And I just want to show you that different stages also have different enemies in game. And that's really important to note as well, because the waves are different. And because my team is like Void, I have Void, Force, Magic, Spirit is all over the place, right? That I need to make sure that I do this. And I'm hoping that yeah, okay. So I have to set this up properly as well, because when you go into wave 2, you don't want to use all of your skills that you're going to need for the start of Fire Knight. So making sure that you program your AI right is also really important. And what's great about these freeze champions, as you can see, they just keep them controlled, right? And so for the most part, I could probably take Tholen out. It would just be a really slow run. And the reason why I have him there, like, he's just doing a lot of damage. And so when we look at the very end, when we do clear this, he's the bulk of the damage on the wave section. So yes, if I was okay with like a 10-minute clear, I probably could just keep doing this, right? Because the freeze normally keeps them controlled, and that's fine. It's just Tholen gets this cleared so much faster. And I think if I want to push up beyond like stage 6, I would have to add a support character like, say, Glaciate of the Meltwater, a really great character that also has ally attack assist, just like Farrakhan. And also he has a freeze on his A1. So I would need basically more characters essentially doing freeze mechanics, multi-hit, because Tholen only has a 1-hit A1. It's 2 hits on his A2. He does also sometimes get additional turns, so that does help. But as far as Fire Knight goes, he's not the most ideal champion. And just for sake of this, just to make sure. So we have some good time here. We're about a minute and a half. And we're going to see as we go into Fire Knight what ends up happening. So this is a different thing because you can't knock back his turn bar normally like regular Fire Knight. So you have to make sure that you get that shield down. And I started with that A2 with Neldor, A2 with Tholen to get more hits in at the start. And then I have the beat down, the A3 from Farrakhan the Fat, and I knock back that shield. And now this allows me to start applying some debuffs, slow, freeze, all that. And every single time that I apply the freeze debuff, that you can see his turn bar is being knocked back. So Neldor's passive, and the fact that he keeps triggering his A1, is constantly knocking back the turn bar of Fire Knight. And once you get that defense down, once you get that speed down, things get a lot better. Also, Cryodan, again, really great character there, getting some more freeze hits in. But really a lot of it is Neldor. I think the most of my turn bar reduction is coming from Neldor, from his passive when other people are applying freeze. Cryodan is just so important for getting that speed, making sure that you're going before other characters, getting that speed up. He has really good freeze mechanics, and he has really good speed up mechanics. So just an insane character to use in Fire Knight Heart. I think I probably could push up beyond stage 6, but I think that would require me to replace Tholen, and basically it would be a lot slower run. But just for the sake of clearing it, that's what I would have to do. So there we go. That was actually a 2-minute 50 run, and that was actually my best time. And you can see that my damage, as far as who does the most damage, it is Tholen. Now, I'm going to remove my screen a little bit here, and you can see Yakarl only did about 520,000. So Tholen's also helping me clear clear the boss faster, right? I guess that doesn't matter too much as long as I'm knocking back his turn meter. If I had someone like Glacier to the Meltwater, or someone else that was really good, probably like a legendary character that I wanted to build, I would do that. Put it in for Tholen. It would be a slow run, but I would still get it done, right? And so that's not really a big deal there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that this is, in my opinion, the best free to play Fire Knight hard team composition. Again, don't have to use Tholen. You could replace that with somebody else. But these four characters, Yakarl, Cryodan, Neldor, and Farrakhan, represent, I think, the easiest characters. And yes, I understand you have to get lucky on a certain epic. But you know, I think epics, when you play over, like I'm a 6-month account, and I have multiple copies of Neldor. Cryodan, I did get a little bit lucky for. So you know, if you once you are able to get some of these champions, you can substitute others, right? Yakarl is free to play obtainable, and it was just getting lucky on the epics. There are other free champions, but I do believe that if you do land on a Cryodan, that this will help you significantly allow you to do this. Now, again, some people brute force Fire Knight hard, but that just wasn't for me. I was not able to do that myself with what I had. So I just wanted to share some of this team composition with you guys and maybe help you guys think about how you can pursue and finish up on Fire Knight hard so that you can progress on the Marius missions, which is where I had to do this for my Fire Knight hard. Right now it's behind me because I'm already done it, and I'm making my way on these ones to one day get a little bit closer. So that's going to be it for this video. But before we go, don't forget that if you haven't started a brand new account or an alt account, then do download using the QR code in the top right to get yourself Karato Fox Hunter for free, as well as 3 amazing epic champions, Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Thane at account level 10, 20, and 30. And speaking of Tholen, you can still get him for free on new accounts by using the promo code Demon Slayer within the first 48 hours of a brand new account, a champion I'm using every single day. That's going to be it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.